Welcome to part 9, the completion. The realization of everything along my journey so far. Sorry if I don't sound so energetic when shooting this one. This one's kind of near and dear to my heart because it's honestly the ultimate truth that I've come to. And I've come to it through a lot of realizations that you need to have along your path for something to even be an organic experience rather than trying to force yourself. You know, like when I came into knowing everything I know now, I guess I'll get into it in the video, but yeah, man, welcome to the completion of this. I had fun doing the series. I had realizations, crazy things happen along, like trying to shoot it, just eye openers. So let's go. Let's go. Remember to be authentic. Remember to love yourself. All right, love y'all. Let's do this. Okay, so on the thumbnail, I put self-love and end. And I put end because energy never dies. Truthfully, it's never the end. This may sound weird for certain people out there, but I'm gonna say it anyways. I'm gonna be very vulnerable. First and foremost, before I even say the weird thing, I would like to just explain how important it is to love yourself to get anything done. And I'm telling you, it sounds so simple, but a lot of people don't actually delve into self-love the way they think. Self-love creates such a space in yourself where you're able to do things like this. I had a partner for the last 2.5 years that actively throughout the relationship, they were healing and getting over their ex-partner. And I told them, you don't ever have to feel alone or like you lost this person because we're all connected in essence. Shit. There was multiple occasions where I'm being so real. I told this person, if you wanted to manifest them back, here's the way to do it. I actually called a moment in time where this person would come back and say something to them, and it happened. And it's not because I'm a magician or anything. It's just everything is energy, and you have to take that into account with the way you treat people and how you treat yourself, because everyone is a reflection of you. So even through my toughest moments and the toughest things that I've had to go through in the last 2 years, I've always remained in that mindset of everyone is going through what they need to go through at the time that they are in or at the level that they are at. I absolutely honor everybody's experience, and I've had my tough moments where I've fallen in and out of, this place, but that's why I stress self-love. Because if you truthfully delve within your heart space and you go within, there's nothing that can happen to you. I have not had my peace stolen for as long as I can remember, because it almost becomes this automatic alchemization where it's just when words or things even try to touch you, they bounce off. And it's like a superpower. I'm so serious. It's like a superpower. When you truly I even say this when it comes to YouTube comments, man, I'm a quote unquote reactor, right? And you know how many times I get people that come around sometimes that don't know my channel, haven't seen everything, and just immediately call me a thief. Though it's like some of the people that they comment on have commented themselves, like the creators that they're talking about I'm stealing content from will comment and be like, I love this series, man, keep it up, I love your perspective. And that's why I just say I stay indifferent to either side. I'm just doing what I love to do and providing value through what I say. Now, I feel like it's one of my gifts, so I do it. Those things like thief, and I like to bring that up because I like to be a person who could reflect and show you through the actions and the way I move that these things do not have to faze you. It is your definition of what is being said that causes you pain and suffering. We have but a short time on this planet. It is like 80, give it so years, 100 if you want to keep going. Maybe you keep living, but it is an experience. And that is why it is I want to say the word pertinent, man. I don't even know if I'm using that word. It just came through my mind. But that is why it is absolutely vital to your journey. I was going to say it was pertinent, but it's vital to your journey. Also funny with vitality, meaning like health and wealth and like your overall vitality, but it is absolutely vital to your journey to practice self-love. Not just say, oh, I don't care what people say about me or this. No, be the embodiment of what that means, to where the absolute structure of your being is so, what is it? You know, when they talk about the structural integrity of a building, it's just, yours is just a foundation that just cannot be moved. It can't be moved because, one, there's nothing that's happening to it. It doesn't even see anything as that comes for its foundation as anything happening to it. I don't. I know that the way people speak and the way they use their words is the level of consciousness that they're at. You know, even bigger now. I've learned so many lessons that it's wild. Like, you know, just things can be said in certain ways. And that's why it's just important to really fill your cup and overflow that cup with so much love for yourself, and genuinely go inside. Because, you know, people that tell you they're going to be there, they'll always be back, or this, can always end up leaving. Nothing ever lasts. We don't even last in this experience. But you know what does? That eternal mind, that eternal soul, just that eternal love, man. It's all love. That is what will last. That's what will be there at the end. The experience is just like a subsection in that love experience. But people can leave, man. You know, if you're in a long, and I don't mean to be sad and grim about this part, but that's, if you take it like that, I think it's like, you know, beautiful that, you know, your partner can pass away. They can make the transition, but they're waiting for you in a different form. I really feel like this human experience is not to be taken that serious. Some people get too rigid when it comes to it. But I also think it's a reality of those who don't really mean what they say. And that can have a very, very big role or important role to play on your life if you don't mean what you say. Like, your actions and your mindset don't line up with each other. That can cause distortion within your body. And that's why it's important to go within, or you can find yourself doing things that seemingly seem out of your control, or feeling ways that are out of your control, or placing too much importance on somebody that when they leave or when they disappear, you're like shocked, and it creates this disruption. And again, like I said, I believe that everyone's supposed to go through what they're supposed to go through, but the earlier you can notice this, you can begin to give that love back to yourself, and you will shift. You will be unfazed. I'm like really in a state now. Actually, this is a really good point. I said this again. I've never referenced the Bible so much, but it's just funny. Apparently they said Jesus ate with Judas, even knowing that Judas would backstab him. Now, do you see how these are myths and legends of us? Because if people say, you know, like Christ is your savior and everything, well, think about that. It's supposed to be the mindset. Because I've had that happen these past years. I knew people who were going to turn. I would say to myself and even say to my peers, oh, I definitely know I shouldn't move in with this person, and do it anyways. And that's why I was never hurt or never ended up like truly like bewildered or shocked about things, because it was just like, I knew, I called it before it happened. It would seem like magician work or a simple trick of psychology. Wow, as I open my phone, it's 3:33. It's 3:33 p.m. on the clock. But I just tapped my phone for no reason also. Didn't see a notification or anything. But it's just like I always called it. And it's like, you know, through pattern recognition or normal psychological things, you can, you know, deem someone's behavior over time. But I'm talking about real moments where it's like before anything happens to you. It's like that, you know, I told that story early on where there was the girl that wanted to get with me, but I said, if you have any unhealed trauma, you know, you have to. Well, this is a situation where I actually did listen to myself, but I said, if you have any trauma that you're dealing with and it's not just like out on the table, like the vulnerability, because we've built up that we can't be vulnerable to people because they'll take advantage of us. But no, if you're comfortable within yourself, it won't matter. It really won't matter. Because I've been vulnerable with multiple people that when I'm vulnerable, either their jaw drops when I tell them certain things from my life, or some of them just, you know, turn tail and run. They don't, and that's fine. You can't control others' perceptions. They're where they're supposed to be. And I don't know why people would even want to try to control perception. People are going to leave and enter your life, and it's going to be what it is, but you can be vulnerable. But anyways, I asked this girl to be vulnerable with me, and like the truth of her story actually ended up coming to me in a dream. But I already told this story if you watch the parts. That's why I said it's important you go back and watch all the parts. But before I let this video get too long, because I think I want part 9 to just be short and a great just conclusion, and then just wrap it up and do, you know, get all this stuff uploaded and ready to go. I'm just going to say to you, it's completely vital to practice complete self-love. And I mean, you got to be radical. Like, you got to be radical. You got to love yourself so much to where you start seeing the beauty in all things, where you just start really seeing it's an experience. And I'm telling you from personal, like, oh man, there's this gorilla song that says it the best. He goes, y'all can see me now because y'all don't see with your eyes, you perceive with your mind, and that's the end. So okay, I don't want to keep, because I don't want to get copyrighted, but it's Gorillaz, what's the name of the song? Hang on. Yeah, it's Clint Eastwood, man. The lyrics are so fire. Hang on, let me get them, and then I'm gonna rap them, but I'm not gonna say too much. Guys, I love this. The bars are literally, it's Del the Funky Homo sapien. Ready? It goes, finally, someone let me out of my cage. Now, time for me is nothing because I'm counting no age. Nah, I couldn't be there. And you shouldn't be scared because I'm good at repairs and I'm under each snare. Intangible. Bet you didn't think so, I command you to. Panoramic view. I'll make it all manageable. Pick and choose, sit and lose. All you different crews. Chicks and dudes. Who you think is really kicking tunes. But I don't wanna say too much of the bars. I think you can get copyright. But it's right here. Like, but if you didn't even get it from those first lyrics, it's like, finally, someone let me out of my cage. And time for me is nothing because I'm counting no age. It's like, it's you. It's your higher self. And I love that they made this song, and why it was so popular is I bet people can feel that part of it. Your soul can feel it. And it's like, right? Yeah, but pick and choose, sit and lose, all you different crews. He's like literally talking that Earth is literally like the cultures and societies and everything that we have here, and it's all just different chicks and dudes in different crews. But who you think is really kicking tune? It's the soul, it's energy, it's spirit. But right here, mystical, maybe, spiritual, hero who peers in you to clear your view when you're too crazy. I should rap that so bad, but it's mystical, maybe, spiritual, hero who, I'm getting the flow so messed up. There, that'll help me not get copyrighted. It's spiritual hero who appears in you to clear your view when you're too crazy. Lifeless to those, the definition of what life is. Priceless to you because I put you on the hype shit. You like it? Gun smoking, righteous with one toe. Get psychic among those. Possess you with one dose. Woo! I don't know if I'm getting copyright for that, for any of that, but that is not me. That's Gorillaz. So please, YouTube video. But yeah, man, it's so sick, man. And in the second verse, even, he talks about essence, and he talks about, allow me to make this childlike in nature. Rhythm, you have it or you don't. That's a fallacy. And then he talks about how he's in everything, the sea, the clouds, everything. And I just love it. And you see me now because you don't see with your eyes, you perceive with your mind. And that's the inner. So I'm gonna stick around with Russ and be a mentor. I love, bruh, it's you, like, it's love. That's what I'm saying. Like, when you turn off the two eyes that lie on the front of your face and you start to go within, oh my gosh, when you start to go within, things become more vibrant. They really do. And all of these songs, like I said, I think that's the best way to end this really well and together, is there are many movies out there that show you, that will find you, but maybe you need to just go and watch them if you want to, if maybe you're on this. Because I think that's also naturally a part of the journey. If you're looking for these movies and stuff, then something in you has changed and piqued your curiosity. So I don't think it's bad. But man, these movies, these songs, everything, pay attention to them. It's from animes to movies to video games to all of it. It is showing you. It is telling you the story of you. And these artists like channel it. That's why I think music is really big here. I always say it, the universe, the one verse, one song. It's all one song. That's why it's like, yes, we are all in multiple different lives, but we genuinely end up liking the same memes, relating on the same topics. Like, there's a topic for everyone that everyone relates on. Like, oh yeah, this person over here, I've been heartbroken. You've been heartbroken too. Da 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 da. You over here, this person's married. This couple is married. There's a meme that's talks about married things, and you see a bunch of comments where everyone's like, oh, me and my wife too. It's like we all have very, very similar lives that are just differentiating, like differing in degree, but it's ultimately all the same thing. It's ultimately all the same thing. You know, somebody's life may be more of an intense experience than somebody else's, but again, that all comes down to this psychological and how you feel. You know, someone could feel like their life is just the complete worst and they have it the worst, but you know, so like, it's just perspective, you know. But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, it all comes down to this. It's all speaking of the journey back home. Not everyone is going to walk that journey. Some people will remain asleep. Who knows for how long? You know, I was going to make a video. Let me actually see if I've done it yet. No, I could just talk about it here, but I'm going to make a separate video on reincarnation. But dude, I don't know how many times I've done it. This could be like life 400, but I'm telling you, it's what we are in essence, man. We are powerful. We are beyond what you think, if you can tap into that. Otherwise, these are just words on a screen in a video that really won't land, you know. So I really do love y'all who take the time to watch these videos and watch this video, and just, you know, take care of yourself. It's simple. It's really simple. And I think it's been complicated a little bit, but it's so simple that it goes over people's heads. You just gotta love yourself, man. You gotta genuinely love yourself. You know, like, in the relationship that I was last in, you know, I had a lot of beautiful experiences and a lot of things, but again, it was just one of those situations where, for me, you know, I was with someone who still was healing. I felt like they needed to heal. And I always said to them, like, you know, I give you the love that I have for myself. That's why it never feels like I'm empty or overflowing, because it's like my happiness and my love does not depend on what you're doing. Like, I'm responsible for my own being. That's why I said in my relationships video, that's a big one, dude. You're not responsible. Like, if you're in a, and I'm not saying that that type of dynamic can't work for somebody. Sorry, I'm just like folding bread. I know that sounded weird, but I got money packs. No, but like bread. But that dynamic can work. But the thing is like, I mean, y'all are some strong people. I've tried to make that dynamic work before, and it just, at least for me in my own experience, I found it just doesn't work. It's just one of the truths is that type of self-development in love, someone will embark on that journey when they're ready themselves. You can't force anyone. Not that I've ever tried to force anyone, but, you know, you can't force anyone to see within themselves and know that's where everything they're searching for is. And not only that, like, you can't You just can't force someone to see the world the way you do. But again, I say this again, I don't know why you would want to, because it's beautiful to see how different people perceive this dream that we're all collectively in. But I know one of the biggest things is just like you cannot fix or create a better person. You can only compliment someone. You can only bring to the table what you have. And when you bring that meal to the table for the sake of, just love and the work you've done on yourself, the person that ends up sitting across from you, I have faith that they'll be your reflection. And if not, you're already all you need anyways. You don't need to sit at the table with anyone that understands you or doesn't, because the truth is, the higher you go up in frequency and just understanding this, you're not really going to be understood, because when you think about authenticity, you're literally going to appear like an alien to people anyways. I've had a good friend of mine recently say, she was like, you're not an alien. But I told her, no, I totally am. I don't think the same as people, which in some people's eyes that can lead me to be naive or hurt. But the thing is it's not. Or they'll ask me, I don't understand how you put yourself through stuff. And it's like, because I genuinely am just the embodiment I am of what they say to be true. It's like, I don't abandon people. I don't like to lead. Not like, I truly don't believe in abandoning anyone, and that there's more to that. I don't want to get too into that, but my bro Ron actually said it really great to this one person before, and he said that where everyone said that they genuinely were down for a person, I genuinely mean that, and that's why I will put myself through anything, because that's authentically you. Like, if I'm gonna say that I'm here for your betterment, I'm gonna be here through anything, and I'm not gonna abandon you. And we just live by those because it feels like something higher. It doesn't feel like anything a human will understand, because you've got people running around saying you can't be vulnerable. Shoot, I'm vulnerable to to this one person who's comes in and out of my life, kind of whenever she pleases. She just disappears, comes back, and it's always unconditional. It's just like a long lost friend. It's like, oh hey, I'm still on the same energy because I embody what I talk about. I don't just say it and then in private. It's like, that's what self-love is. It's actually what you manifest is who you are in private too. But like, what I mean is like, this is kind of like, who are you in private? That's the person you need to deal with. That's why I brought up the movies. It's really you versus you. But it's like, most of what I say when I get serious in these videos is who I am in private. I'm not going to get off the videos and then change perspectives because somebody comes around. No, it's like a Bar B.O.B. said in TED Talk. It's like, why am I going to walk into a room of lions and sit and pretend? I remember getting in such a stupid, like, to me, I just perceive it as stupid, but I don't mean stupid in a bad way, but it's a stupid disagreement with some boys back then, trying to word it in a certain way, but I don't mean any disrespect when I say this, because I don't know if the person's watching the video, but they talked about it's innate for men to just be this, and just because I'm the outlier, that doesn't mean anything. But I literally thought my existence proves that it's not true, because I had an ex lover. We talked I think we talked last year and towards the end. Super love that girl, right? She told my grandma, she met my grandma before she passed, and she said one of the qualities that I love about me, Jarrell, I'll say, is that like when we're walking in public and everything, he just doesn't stare at other, like, she's never been with someone like that, right? I didn't think that. So to me, hearing that, I didn't think it was like, oh, the praise, oh, thank you, I'm just that good. No, it's naturally who I'm being. So to me, when someone points certain things out, it's like if an angel landed in front of you and you said, whoa, you got wings. the angel would be like, well, yeah. Or like, you know, would be like, it's natural to my be. I don't know. Angels can, you know, you got them biblically accurate angels, but you know, like the angel would just be like, oh yeah, you know, this is kind of just normal. All my people are like that. Sort of like Superman, where Superman came to Earth, and on Earth he was powerful, but on his planet, you know, Jor-El, his dad, and everyone were like that. Like they were all fucking superhuman. So to them they're all flying. They're all super strong. They're all powerful. It's not anything like he's just a normal dude over there, right? But that's why I said like awakening, you're really going to be seen like an alien, because truthfully, I don't believe that. I don't believe guys have an innate thing to just be, you know, you can say hormones or anything, but the thing is your mindset can literally your mindset and the way you feel, like a psychological problem can cause physical tears. If you think about that, then y'all already know how powerful your mind is. And that's it. I just wrote a character where I'm not like that, I guess. Like that's just how it is. But I wanted to just bring that up because it's just like, it's being you. It's being authentically you. I'm not staring at other girls in public because I just can't look at them when I'm with anybody or this. It's just that I got my person. That it doesn't like, to me, that's a default thing in me. It's like, I got my person. I'm looking at them with googly eyes. I'm looking at them like that's just how I thought. But this is years ago. So I'm talking like years ago. In a very weird way. Like I'm still like that, but my energy is really focused on me after really seeing what everything is. I gotta give back to myself and just honor myself for going through an experience like this, dealing with so many different forms of people and blah blah blah. It's just, you know, it's like, I don't even like to say I'm not even really dealing with anyone. It's just, it's not anyone, it's perspectives, I guess. Really, you know, having to come to that thing where it's like, okay, the way I think and the way my mindset is, people just think I'm weird and they think I'm this, then I guess I'm going the right direction, because I don't want to be defined. I want to have no form. And it's not that I'm living no form. I'm formless. Bruce Lee, be like water. I said I didn't want this to be too long, but I still ended up rambling. So anyways, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I really do. And I genuinely think that your mind is very powerful. Well, it's not even I think, I know, because I've experienced it. I mean, I've completely become unrecognizable to certain people in my life. And, you know, that's just what it is. It's like, you can reinvent yourself the moment you understand a certain amount of knowledge. And it doesn't matter how many books you read. It doesn't matter, because I've been through it, man. I have a whole philosophy book. I have the holographic universe that you're seeing, and the way I changed my setup now. And it's like nothing would prepare me for the inner journey. Like it all did, but nothing compares to what you end up unlocking when you just go inside your deepest traumas, your darkness, your everything, and you align it. You realize, man, nothing's happened to me. Nothing can offend me. Like it really, yeah. And that's it. I don't want to spout about it all day, because I don't really like to talk about me, but I like to talk about the power you can unlock. You can unlock this power, and that's why I use my experiences as a reference, because man, I've made people appear with using my mind, bro. Like using my mind. I was just candle meditating one day, and I made a woman appear. I literally went into work one day. I went into work, and for 3 days I was saying the mantra, I am God, right? And on this final day, I said to myself, you know what? I don't want to say this anymore. I'm good. I said I'm good. And that day, the most weird events took place. Like weird, but lined up. And I end up going in, and I don't even think I was this honest when I told the story in the original video. But yes, I was saying I am God as a mantra for 3 days straight. And on the fourth day, I just wanted to let it go. I was like, nah, I'm good. I don't think I need to say it anymore. My bro Ron was like, yeah, you probably don't need to say it. When I went into work, it was crazy. I not only met someone that I was working with and seen a couple times, end up having a crazy conversation with her, and her telling me about like her man like doing like a spell on her, or some crazy story. It was dope. And I start telling her about my stories, and then later that evening or whatever, she like went to do her rounds, and while I'm meditating on this candle, I literally said, you know what, let me put my shit to the test. And I said, you know what, interesting stuff does happen at my job, but now I'm gonna have a woman come up to me. She's gonna need my help. She's gonna need this, blah blah blah. She's gonna need me, and I'm gonna be there for her. And I just felt this calming, like energy of like, I'm gonna help her. I'm gonna be here for whoever this person is. And if you think about it, if we don't have free will, quote unquote, then it's like I'm channeling somebody there who needs to come to me. So the craziest amount of synchronicities start happening, where I thought it was the woman I was already talking to telling me about the spell, because she came after I had that little meditation. But no, later in the night, this woman actually ends up coming and crying to me. And out of every single person there, she was the one to come to me and be like, yo, so this and that, I don't even know why I'm crying because I'm above this. And I said, no, feel what you feel, like feel how you need to feel. And lo and behold, at the end of that, she ends up telling me like, yeah, like I got my license in this, and but starts telling me about her life and how like, oh my God. And it ends up just being a reflection of me. The way she moved through life, just a reflection of me. Very, very on top of things with her husband owns multiple properties. And I'm like, wow, like look at the connection like I make with certain people when I really get out and be this version of myself, where I'm like authentically just wanting to provide value and really wanting to go in my heart space and be like, I want to give this to somebody. I feel like people need to hear this. And here we are. And that happened. Because that was totally from my heart space. I was like, I want to create a woman that is going to come up to me, and she's going to need help. It's going to be someone. It wasn't like I want someone to need my help so I can go help them. No, it was like someone needs me. That's kind of how it was. It was like, yo, someone needs me. And it was awesome because when I talked to my cousin about it, she was like, you know what's funny? It was like the universe subverted your expectations, because you kind of immediately thought like I thought it was an instant manifestation when the coworker I had came and talked to me about her experience. I was like, what the fuck? And there was another cool synchronicity with that, but no, that's how it caught me. So I was already feeling like energized, like, wow, yo, like I'm a G, bro. I'm manifesting shit from my mind. Like I'm a G. And I'm really saying this. I'm like, yo, oh my God, I'm a G. I'm a beast. Like, what the fuck? And then when it actually happened, my jaw almost dropped. Like I was stuck, but I locked in. You know what I'm saying? Like when she came up, I knew exactly everything, like ran through me like it was clockwork. Like my body started to sync up with the experience, because it was like this. When it happened, I was like, what? And then my body was like, oh, hold on. I made this from my mind. And then it was like, I know exactly how to handle this. It was like, I can only describe it as like superpowers, man, like locking in, dude. And I'm telling y'all are the same as me. Just love yourself, man. Love yourself. I genuinely love yourself. And that's it. And you'll see you have these things within you too. Much love, Moonlight. I'm out of here. My mic was muted. I want to make y'all aware of something. And empanada. See, I feel like, right, the only way to eat this is to reheat it. But how do you think it is? Just right out the gate. Right out the bag. I wonder. Not gonna lie. This is hitting right now. This is hitting. Hitting. Empanadas, man. Empanado.